Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Efren from Blue Flame Royalty. It is a bit chilly out here in Chicago, but nonetheless, we're still going to get into it with the daily tarot readings. And today's daily tarot reading is the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Fire, here labeled Traveling. This card is a very beautiful card, and for those that are beginning on the journey, if you've been watching my previous daily tarot reading videos, there's been a lot about beginning the journey and what that entails in terms of the self-reflections that we have and how we interact with the world and different things like that. With this card, we're being told that our ventures are going to be fruitful. They are going to kind of end up in that big break that we've been asking for. Um, but something that's coming up for me personally as I'm looking at this card is that, the road less traveled is the road that is usually the road that's less traveled is the road that you take when you the road that is less traveled is the road you take alone, which means that certain things will be phased out of your life, certain people will be phased out of your life, certain mindsets, certain thoughts of patterns, certain habits will be phased out of your life, and we have to give way, express gratitude for those things, and give way to what is to come. As we're continuing on the journey, we most definitely want to continue to be disciplined in our practice, remind ourselves of the compassion that we have for ourselves, because we're going to have hiccups, right? Even in the picture, you kind of see that zigzag pattern going up. It's very cloudy, yet behind all of that fog there is the burning sunlight on top. Right, the card is an indication of the fire sign, right? Eight is also the number of abundance. So we are having a really good omen here when it comes to our business ventures and stuff like that. But we have to remind ourselves to be humble, to not let things get to our head in terms of how we interact with the world and how we view ourselves. Just because we get an opportunity doesn't mean that we are more deserving of things than other people are. It just happens so that that was what our path was destined for. So I just want to remind you guys of that. To stay humble, to practice compassion for yourself and for others, and to remind ourselves that we're human and that everyone else is human as well. People are going to make mistakes, so we want to be able to give folks the same grace that we would want people to have towards us. So that is today's daily tarot reading, and I will see you guys next time. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. Ashe. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Efren from Blue Flame Royalty. I'm supplementing today's daily tarot reading, reading straight from the book. Today's daily tarot reading is the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Fire, here labeled Traveling. The tiny figure moving on the path of this beautiful landscape is not concerned about the goal. He or she knows that the journey is the goal. The pilgrimage itself is a sacred place. Each step on the path is important in itself. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates a time of movement and of change. It may be physical movement from one place to the next, or an inner movement from one way of being to another. But whatever the case, this card promises that the going will be easy and will bring a sense of adventure and growth. There is no need to struggle or plan too much. The traveling card also reminds us to accept and embrace the new, just as when we travel to another country with a different culture and environment than the ones we are accustomed to. The attitude of openness and acceptance invites new friends and new experiences into our lives. And that is today's daily tarot reading supplementation. Wishing you guys a beautiful, beautiful day. Ashe. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Efren from Blue Flame Royalty. I wanted to do something a little bit new today. I'm going to be adding another definition to some of the daily tarot cards. This is coming from a little bit of tarot book, which is one of the books that I used to initially learn tarot and to really get into the habit. If you are doing tarot, I really recommend that you learn from different sources and practice a lot on your own so that you can identify what the message is trying to pop out at you, and also offer folks different versions of the message that maybe resonate with them in different ways. So for the number eight, the eights are the opportunity and learning cards. Eights are the active entrepreneurial cards of maximizing opportunities and overcoming obstacles and restrictions. They also talk of turning your back on what no longer works on. Eights are the active entrepreneurial cards of maximizing opportunity and overcoming obstacles and restrictions. They also talk of turning your back on what no longer works or on past matters that still haunt you, of learning new things and of discovering new faces and places. Speculation and risk-taking will lead to a rapid increase of assets. Specifically for the Eight of Wands, which is today's daily tarot reading, this is the ultimate up and flying card, indicating usually unexpected and fulfilling travel opportunities, a holiday, or especially long distance or long-term ventures. An Eight of Wands indicates a fortunate career change involving a house move, visiting friends, or relations abroad, or a new holiday home, boat, or vehicle. This card alludes to a chance for developing exciting, unusual interests, meeting new and stimulating people, successful networking, especially in cyberspace, and in business entrepreneurial ventures, reaching a far wider market. It may also portend recognition in its performing arts, getting that big break. That is the second supplementation of today's daily tarot reading. Wishing you guys a beautiful day. See you next time.